reading for Pisces. This is for Pisces who can't go back to an old relationship that they ended, so they do not want to go back to their ex. They cannot go back to their ex, but they cannot seem to move forward. This could be a relationship that ended years ago, or it could be a relationship that recently ended in the past week. It doesn't matter. They seem to be attached to a certain person who they cannot forget, and they're not sure why, but they want to move on. They want to get on with their life and start to date and see other people. This is for Pisces. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. Can't go back, but can't move on. Pisces, we have the Queen of Pentacles. I feel like the Pisces is a force unto themselves somehow. They may feel like they're stuck on a particular person or on a particular dream of what they had as a relationship, but it seems like it's a decoy, some kind of a decoy. It doesn't seem that it's really about a particular person. It feels like it's a particular cherished memory, or a particular cherished time in their life, more so than it was the person that they're attracted to, that they're still attracted to. Especially if it was a relationship from a long time ago. We have Major Arcana, the Kaiser. It can even be some issues around parents, that they're still attracted to, a time with their parents, a motherly role, a fatherly role, attracted to this nature in a person who really took on the nature of a motherly role or a fatherly role. So in fact, it's more issues around feelings and emotions that they have for their parents, or missing a parent, or not having a parental role models, where they might be actually stuck in the actual person. Let me pull one more here. We have the Seven of Wands. Yeah, I feel a lot of inner conflict and turmoil, in fact, with the energy for the Pisces, in that they even know themselves that it's something more about them than outside of them. Something more that they're attracted to about what this person represented than the actual person. It's like they're even aware of this. Cards are really sticky now. We have Major Arcana, the Fool. So remembering a time of innocence, a time from their far past. This can also be that some of the past Pisces are dealing with some past life issues, if you believe in things like this, but it's more of their wonderment and desire and infatuation with something from their youth, or a time of innocence from their youth, or a period of time when everything was good in their life. I feel like a period of time when everything was good before everything turned bad in their own life. Like there could be a loss of a parent, a loss of a loved one that really shaped them as a person. And somehow perhaps this person who they loved or they felt this close bond to was closely associated with that period of time in their life. We have the Four of Cups. And yeah, they're very much caught up in that. But they feel aware. I feel that they're aware. We have Major Arcana, the Moon now, that came with Major Arcana, the Fool. Again, I feel like these are things and issues that they're aware of, that, and even the person may realize that they were feeling a certain kind of deep role for the Pisces was a mutual type of agreement, whether it was spoken or not. But it's more that the Pisces is missing missing some aspect of a good time in their life that is long gone. Feels like it's around parents as well. We have the eight of coins now. Yeah, I'm just getting an energy that wants to run away almost from everything. That they miss a time when they didn't have to work. Perhaps they miss a time when they were in high school and their parents took care of everything, and their first great love, the first person who they fell in love with. They can also be remembering this energy of this person and wanting all the relationships to have felt like that or be like that. Maybe they recently had a replication of that kind of first love, this first love, and they're missing it. They want this in their life, but this seems to be quite impossible. The Two of Swords now. You can never replicate that first love that you had, that you may be missing, Pisces. And no one can ever really measure up to that. We have now the Five of Coins. So in essence, just to try to bring some cohesion to this reading, I feel like the Pisces is in a situation where they are remembering better days in their life, their high school days, middle school days, even college days, and when things were simpler. When things were simpler. And they're missing when love was simpler. They're missing when love was simple and not so what seems to be complex for them now. And maybe that's why they're stuck in this place with this first relationship that they're remembering, or with this person that they're remembering. Things seem quite simple and easy with this person and not so complicated. Innocence to the love, or perhaps the Pisces is missing an innocent type love or innocent time in their own life. So what can they do to break out of this energy? We have now the Queen of Coins 2 times. I think this is a need for realism in the Pisces, that they have to be realistic in their expectations, even of a partner, of not putting that kind of pressure on them to make them have these butterflies in their stomach again. It can happen. It still does happen, but it's hard to experience that first love again. And perhaps the Pisces needs to reground themselves in a type of reality of what's possible and what's important. Infatuation doesn't last. You know, it's that stable love that we should all be looking for. This is what just came out. These came out on their own, guys. We have the Queen of Swords and the Queen of Cups. What a contrast. What a contrast here. And this is probably the cornerstones of the reading. You know, that first love and that infatuation compared to that stable kind of long-term love. What's going to get you to that somewhere in between where you still have that passion and that emotion associated with infatuation and first love, but it brings you to a stable point. I think the Pisces is struggling with this kind of energy right now, where they might be hung up, guys. And what can help is getting regrounded in a type of reality. We have the Ten of Cups. We're not going to read that because I just don't feel like it's really relevant. In terms of why the Pisces can be stuck and not able to move on with a new relationship, it can be because the person lacks that kind of feeling that they're bringing. That the Pisces isn't getting those warm, fuzzy butterflies in a long time, and they want that. And you have a right to go after that as well, in a way. Pisces, if the person who you're looking at is too serious for you, or they're not sensitive enough, and they don't bring that out in you, maybe you have to back up and reassess. Don't commit to someone who you're not 100% convinced about. We have the Ace of Air. I'm going to go ahead and read that for Pisces. I hope you enjoyed the reading. If you did, hit the thumbs up. If you didn't, hit the thumbs down. Destiny and fate, the law of karma, powerful forces of transformation at work, synchronicity. Meaningful coincidences and forces beyond my human control are operating in my life now for the highest good. Things are happening now with great velocity. I can expect quick results that will lead me forward with excellent information. I'm almost going to leave it there. I have one other message that came through with that card. Is Pisces, if you are falling in love with someone or you're feeling connected with someone, be careful that they don't remind you of someone, in fact, from your past, or they remind you of someone that you used to know. Be careful with this type of energy, because I feel like you can fall susceptible to falling in love with someone who endears you in that way, that they remind you of a parent, of a mother, of a father, of someone that isn't here anymore, someone from your far past. Be careful that you let that person stand on their own 2 feet and that you don't attribute them to someone else. There's a danger of that. For Pisces right now, we're going to go ahead and leave it there. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Come back again and see me soon. Take care. Bye-bye.